Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, then don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It's 2024 Serpent, and I think what's really important is for us to learn from the mistakes and the lessons of 2023. Now, I don't know if you remember back in 2021, which seems about 7 billion years ago, but there was a company called Olympus DAO that took the world by storm, and the people that got into it at the beginning were, let's just say, very happy with the returns that they were able to make. Now, today's video, not financial advice, certainly no financial advisor, and what I'm about to share with you, as always, with anything that is brand new, that, there is always a risk, and we have to take that into consideration, and we have to learn from projects like Olympus DAO and some of the other projects out there that, once upon a time, heaps and heaps of people were out there saying, oh, it's solid, and overnight, boom, they disappear. But what I learned from 2023, and even from the Solana thing that happened when it dropped all the way to $7, and people like myself were thinking, well, it might be bye-bye, see you later. Look at it now, and look at the opportunity that it made. Now, when it comes to Syncus, the team behind it, I am doing my research, and I think are very clever individuals. They've taken the Olympus DAO and they've made it better. Now, these type of projects so early on can have some tremendous benefits. And what I did strategically, and I'll show you now, is that I looked at the prices and I looked at where it's going, and I sort of, got myself a good understanding for it. And straight away, I looked at it when it was about here, and I'm like, okay. And then when the top happened, and then what I do is I always check how a project bounces back from a drop, just in case, right? And I think it now is a time where the risk factor to come into Syncus has dropped, because they've shown that they can take a punch and come back stronger. And the mechanism of the project, I think, it could be, one of those projects that, with the market conditions right and everything going forward, we could see a 10, 20x. And now again, we could see go to zero. And that is something that I want to keep you guys in mind, is that only risk truly what you can afford to lose when it comes to, brand new projects, because the risk factors are so incredibly high. But let's have a look at the benefits. Syncus, the greatest wealth creation effect of our modern age, a treasury-backed ecosystem of DeFi products built for longevity and user empowerment. Syncus will continue to reward stakeholders simply buy and stake. And I'll give you a code that I've put together. You go in and I'll show you all of that, how that all works. The code is SERP, S-E-R-P. Keep it very simple for you guys. But I think this could be something that, to potentially consider. Now, earn yield on an appreciating asset like never before. So the Syncus mechanism represents a new era of DeFi. It uses simple yet detailed mechanisms to reward the stakeholders and drive sustainable treasury growth. And I think, it's really interesting, how these projects go about, marketing themselves and kind of the things that they mention. But, every trade with Syncus, whether buying, selling, staking, or unstaking, fuels the perfectly designed ecosystem. And this cycle promotes a steady treasury growth of rewarding the patience of long-term holders while profiting on short-term trades. So people who sell Sync tokens contribute to the rewards of those who remain staking with Syncus. So we've seen projects like these come and go, and the most important thing right now is to look at, okay, all right, let's take a look at this, and what are some of the potential benefits, right, for doing it early. And I think being early is really critical. It's almost everything with these kind of projects. I would hate to be 6-12 months from now and seeing this video for the first time and going, oh god, I wish I did it back then. And unfortunately, people get in too late. And that is, and I say unfortunately because, it's really disappointing, when you see people get in so late. So I'm very happy that I found it nice and early, that we can hopefully, place our bets, at the end of the day, we take calculated risks and see where it happens. And in 2024, this channel we're going to be taking more risks, calculated risks, right? I mean, we can go and find 20, 30, 50x opportunities, or we can just sit and wait for projects to do 5 or 10x at best, right? What are we going to do? And so we're going to be doing a lot more digging and taking a lot more risks. But again, with risks, as I said, they have to be calculated risks. So first protocol, where selling is good for holders. You know, how do you buy it? You know, you go on Uniswap and you can purchase it. You know, Sync can be purchased on Uniswap or any other exchange below. Watch the video tutorials on, you know, on how to do that. The protocol currently earns stakers $300,000 per day. So when these systems work, they work really well. And so when we jump on here, you know, you can connect your wallet, you can put the referral code in and get a 50% rebate. And like I said, that referral code is SERP, like that. Click use, connect your wallet, and stake your Sync tokens. They've got calculators. I think the system itself, you know, is quite you know, really cool, you know, from that point of view. But, you know, you can play around with the calculator and kind of get an understanding of, you know, on an APY like this, you know, how many coins would we need to have, and what does that look like in order for us, you know, to get a good return on our investment. So, you know, with the price like that, you know, if we look at, say, for example, let's say argumentatively, you know, if we were doing 500 and then that 500, you know, like how many tokens would that give us at this particular rate right now? So that would give us about let's call it 127,000 tokens. It's not quite right, but it's almost that many tokens. So 127,000 tokens. So when we look at it that way, and then you can look at let's go 127,000. So your initial investment, you know, see, is about 500 current wealth, and then potential return over 30 days. So like, for example, over 30 days, our $500 would become $528. But then if we scroll over and we actually say do it over 90 days, then our $500 becomes $589.65. So that's pretty cool. You know, like, I mean, if you, what kind of instrument, you know, you can put $500 down and get that sort of return on your investment. So then let's have a look. For example, if we prolong it, and let's say we go for 365 days, you know, we've doubled our money. You know, from $500 to double it all the way to, you know, to $973. I mean, that's pretty cool. Again, what was our risk? Initial risk. Our initial risk was 500. But then, not to you know, not to forget that the coin itself, you know, as it goes up and down, you know, will also, if we play our cards right and everything goes well, it will also increase in value as well. And that is something as well to keep a very important eye on. But let's say, for example, we didn't have 127,000. Let's say that we had double that. So let's say we had 250. Let's go with 250,000. So if we had 250,000 tokens, which is, you know, $985, then we would have almost $2,000 by the end of the year. And again, that is, you know, very simple mathematics on, you know, how this can happen. But let's say, for example, we did it for just 30 days at the 94.6. You know, that I mean, that again, the returns on it are great. You know, from that point of view. And if we look at, you know, over a 60-day period, which, by the way, 2 months goes by really quick. I can't believe that we're almost at the 15th day. You know, we're not too far away from being halfway through the first month of the year. So I just want to give you guys, you know, this kind of perspective. Play around with the calculator, have a look at the referral system, you know, what that works, how you know, you can go about it, how the staking works, and how, you know, you can go about this. And I think it's really incredible, you know, what they've done in such a short period of time. Now, when we look at the documentation of the company, I want you guys to go over this stuff, right? I mean, go over every single part of these documents, what they're talking about here. And I think they make some really interesting points compared to the existing financial system, the existing banking system, how money gets distributed out to people and what that looks like. And I think it's really fantastic what they go over here. And then the biggest thing as well that they go over is the biggest difference between any crypto Ponzi or meme coin and Syncus, because there's been quite a bit of information going out there at the moment about this particular project, you know, calling it a Ponzi scheme. And Ponzi schemes, it's very, very interesting, by definition, what they are. But the way that this particular protocol has been created, the way that, the burning mechanism works and everything like that, like it's not, you can't call it a meme coin or in the vicinity of Ponzi schemes, because it isn't. And that's something very, very interesting that they highlight here, and they mention it, how it works and, the difference between it. So it is really, really interesting, to look at, could this go, at 10, 20, 30x? Well, the answer, I mean, in my professional opinion, at the end of the day, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I've seen projects worse than this, do that. And why not? Why not? Why couldn't we, why couldn't we see the project, at its peak was 0.008, and at the moment it's sitting at 0.003. So why couldn't we go back to 0.8 and beyond and go further and and break the double zero and go into single zero digits and beyond? So follow the socials, make sure you check out the socials, and already 11,000 followers on there. And if we look back again at what Olympus DAO did, join Discord group, get involved with the conversations that are happening on there. Go on Deck Screener, have a look at all the statistics, what is going on, what is happening, how that all works. And I think it's really, really fascinating, the way that this project is coming alive, and more people are starting to talk about it. And that kind of concerns me at times, but at the same time, it also shows me that, that whatever they're doing from a marketing perspective is working. And I think once they push more marketing out and more people start talking about it, more, professionals, explain the mechanisms of how it works and what happens in it. And I'll be talking more about it, right? So this won't be the last time that you see me talk about it. Like I said, I missed out on Olympus DAO. I'm not going to miss out on Syncus, and let's take the risk and see where it lands. I really, really do hope that you enjoyed today's video. Once again, when you do go into, once you've got your tokens and you go into their platform and you connect your wallet, you go on the referral side, you click SERP and you use it. Whether you want to use it or not, I don't mind. Of course, if you do use it, then it is always much appreciated. As always, if you do enjoy these type of videos, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you. Look forward to see you on the next one.